Welcome back to my spooky little corner. I thank you for tuning in. I hope everybody's doing well and everything's going good for you and your family. I know during these times it's kind of dark and we could absolutely use a little bit of positivity in our life. And I hope that me playing with makeup does that for you. So today I thought, we played with our cremated palette and we did a really nice gothy look. But I wanted to show the versatility of this palette. So I kind of was thinking that maybe we would do a more daytime appropriate wear and try out some of the more neutrally tones in the palette versus all the darkness in it. So if that's something you would like to see and are excited as I am, please stay with me and let's dive in. Okay, the hair is up and we're ready to go. I just wanted to give a little shout out to the viewers that actually gave me some tips about my videoing and the angle and what have you, and lighting and what have you. So I'm kind of hoping this is going to work better. There we go. So by all means, I'm very new at this. I don't really film myself very much except for lives on YouTube. So if you have any tips to make it look a little more professional and better for you to see what I'm doing, absolutely let me know. I'm learning, like I said, and I could use all the tips you can give me. So, okay, so we're going to start as we always do, right, with priming my eyes. And today for priming the eyes, I'm going to use this Quo contour stick in the shade Light. So I'm just going to take a mirror, well, I have another mirror down here too, and just turn that up. And it's just like a cream stick. You can use it for like contouring and spot concealing and all that. But I actually quite like it for my eyelids. And just kind of dab it on there. All right. And then I'm just going to take my trusty beauty sponge and just kind of blend that in. Give it a nice clean base. Just like that. Just gives it, the eyeshadows and stuff, something to kind of stick onto, like I explained the last time. So, our cremated palette. Like I said on my last video, if you watched it, I know there's a lot of controversy surrounding this man. And you know what? I don't know what it's about, and really, I hope he's okay. So, but this is about the makeup and not the man behind the makeup. All right, and there's the palette. If you haven't seen it, I think it's quite stunning. I love it. So I want to try some of the more neutrally shades today. So I'm going to try some of the more neutrally shades today. And I'm just going to start with an e.l.f. eye blending brush, and it's just like kind of nice fluffy one. And let's see, what color shall we start with? I think I'm going to start with this Last Respect shade right here. It's kind of a taupey brown, kind of neutrally shade, and I think that'll look really good. So I'm just going to pop that in the crease and see how that looks. Well, not a lot of kick up in the pan. There's some, but not a lot. And it does coat the brush quite nicely. So we're just gonna... it does look grayer on the eye than in the pan. It looks more taupey brown, but it is going on quite gray. Okay. Okay, and there's our first shade laid down. it blended out really nice. Unfortunately, I was hoping for a little more of a taupey color to it, but on the eye it does look quite gray. So let's see if we add another color to it, if it will bring out more of the brown aspect to it. Okay. So I'm going to take just another blending eye brush from e.l.f. As I said in my last video, they are some of my favorite brushes. They're inexpensive, they're soft, and they're just great brushes, you know, and sometimes, you know, you can get good quality for inexpensive. So yeah. And so I'm going to go down below the crease now, and I'm going to take this shade, the Morgue, right over here. And again, it looks quite brown in the pan too. So I'm hoping paired with it, it will make that top shade look just a bit more darker. So let's try that. Oh, there was quite a bit of kick up in that one, but again, coats the brush nicely. Let's see how this looks. Oh. I'm just bringing that all the way down the lashes, on the lash line, and see. I'm kind of disappointed, I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of hoping for like cool tone kind of browns, because that's definitely how it looks in the pan, right? They look very brown compared to some of the other ones, but on the eye, they are not looking very brown. They are looking more gray, which is kind of disappointing. I was hoping for something just a little different. Okay. But again, the shadows perform excellent. You can't really beat them. So let's see, what am I going to do now? I think I'm going to take this shade Obituary here, and it again looks more taupey. We'll see. I'm not expecting it to be taupey though, but we will see. And I'm just going to take, this is a Quo brush, and it's got like a nice soft fluffy tip. So we're just going to, oh, again, lots of kickback. Lots of kickback. And I'm just going to put that above the first shade and kind of softly blend that out. Although, I'm not going to lie, I like that. And we just do nice swirling motions again. Try to diffuse it a bit. I quite like that shade actually. And it's very soft, very kind of creamy, and it blends out beautifully. Yeah, I'm quite impressed with that shade. I'm quite impressed with that shade. I'm just gonna put a touch more over on this side. Okay, that's the look we have going so far. I'm very impressed with how they went on. I am a little disappointed that they aren't pulling a little more of the brown color, but like they performed excellent. They look really good on. You can't go wrong with that, right? You just can't. So let's see. I kind of want something, want a little shimmer on it, but I'm not doing a cut crease or anything because I kind of wanted this like a simple, almost day look. Something that, you know, you can just kind of grab and go, something a little more quicker. So I think I will take one of these nice little flat packer brushes. They're perfect. And again, I'm going to take our Urban Decay All Nighter Honey Spray, and I'm just going to dampen this. And because we're not using, like, we're not cutting the crease, so it doesn't really have much to stick onto. So this will be a good way to see how they perform that way too, not just with the cut crease and having something to kind of stick onto. But still, I always like to wet my brush, even if it's just with like a little spritz of water. It doesn't matter because it just helps pick it up and kind of place it on a little better. So I actually think I'm going to use this shade on the bottom here called Afterlife, and I'm just going to put that kind of on the outer kind of corner, or inner, sorry, on the inner corner of my eye, just kind of highlight that a bit. But again, I don't want a lot. Okay. It is picking up. It's not a strong shade because it is a light shade. So we'll see how it goes on here. Let's see. Oh, that's quite nice. It's not quite as peachy as, again, it looks in the pan. It's going on quite silver, which is in itself beautiful, but not unexpected. It's like, I'm not mad, but unexpected. I think I need to just hit it a little more setting spray. Just the one side. We'll just do the one side. Just because I don't find it's going on quite as intensely as it was on that side. So let's just try a little bit more of that. There we go. Again, I'm trying to go for a little easier of an eye. It does make my eyes look super blue though, these shades. Quite like that. Okay, and I don't really think I want to do a lot. I think I quite like it just like that. I think maybe we'll just darken that outer corner just a touch, just right at the bottom. I don't want to do anything too extreme, but I think it does. I think it needs a little darkening. So I'm taking eye crease brush by Quo, and it's similar to the one I was using. It's just a little bit smaller of an end, and we're going to take this Inheritance shade right up here, and it looks like almost a green kind of khaki gray in the pan, but I bet you it's not going to go on that way. So we're just going to take a little on our brush. It goes around nice, and just darken this corner. We'll probably pull it into a bit of that. There we go. Oh, it's not like a super gray. There is, like, you can tell it's a different tone of gray, I want to say, compared to some of the others. But interesting. This palette, I'm quite into it. I'm very into it. All right, and then I'm just gonna grab the brush that I was using for the shimmer shade just to kind of put a little extra, because now I got a bit of a line there and we don't want that. No lines here, honey. Okay. And I just want to touch that last Respect shade again and just kind of buff that in a bit more, just to make sure that darker shade we put in is nice and buffed out. I don't want it to look too harsh. Okay, so that is the top of the eyes done. What do we think so far, right? Like, I know it still looks great, but it's a touch more natural, I would say, than compared to some like the other look we did, which is really like bold and dark. Don't get me wrong, love bold and dark, but it's kind of nice to do this too. So I'm just gonna go off camera because you guys have seen everything else I do on my first video. So to make this one a little shorter, I'm gonna do my foundation and my eyebrows off camera. And I'm going to show you how I contour and my favorite product for contour. Okay, I'll be right back. And we're all done. Foundation is done, concealer and brows all done. So for my brows, in case you weren't around for the last video, I used the e.l.f. e.l.f. Lock On Liner and Brow Cream in medium brown. And then I topped that up with Charlotte Tilbury's Legendary Brows in the color Supermodel. And then for foundation, or for concealer today, we used our Jeffree Star Magic Star Concealer in shade C4. And for foundation, we used Stay Naked by Urban Decay in color 20CP. So I found contour is one of those things that I find difficult for myself, being that my undertone is cool. So therefore I tend to pull more pinks. So darker, cool tones are more what for me. So when I go and buy even like light, because my skin color is a lot lighter than most, I would go and buy a contour powder, even a light one, and I would put it on and I would look orange. I don't want to look orange. It's not my thing. Not my thing. So for me, finding a contour has been very, very difficult. So I saw the Fenty line by Rihanna released cream contours. And they had a wide variety of shades available too, number one. But number two, they like state like cool tone, neutral tone, warm tone. And they actually had light cool tone contour. And it is in the shade Amber. Now, I really like Fenty's little compacts and what have you. It comes with a nice little mirror. And so all I do is I just use a little kind of brush. It's almost like a blush brush, but this is what I prefer for this contour. And I have to do it before I set my foundation. If you set your foundation with your loose powder and then do your contour, it takes off all your foundation. So there's a tip. If you're going to do a cream contour, make sure you do it before you set. So I'm just going to take it and give it a bit of swirl. And like, it doesn't look like much is coming off, but some does. And you know, you can always go in for a little more. Like, I like to take my contour right up to my temple and just go along that cheekbone. I know you guys saw me do the contour with the gray, but this is, if I'm going to do contour, this is the product I'm using. Just lightly tap it, and then we just kind of swirl that into the skin. Get that right up at the temple and drag it down. That's a good tip. And then I'm just going to grab my mirror, and then we'll do a bit of our forehead. I don't usually use it a lot on my forehead, but sometimes just to darken it a bit. But mainly it's for the cheekies. And really, that's the place I like contour. But I will put a bit on my forehead today. We'll just blend that all out. Push that hair back a bit. Okay. There. And then a little along the jawbone. Just to sharpen that chin. And there we go. You could contour your nose too if you want it with this. We can actually do that. Let's do that, okay? Just so we can kind of show how that works too. Let's see, just want something kind of small. I don't need anything too big. Yeah, that's a little too big. How about, I know that looks funny, but we're gonna try using this, okay? I'm not very good at nose contouring. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm gonna try. Okay, so with nose contour, you kind of follow your brow line down the side of your nose. And we're just gonna pat that down. Same with this side, so kind of follow that brow. And then, no, that's not going on. What's going on? Don't. Okay. Come There we go. Oh, now I have way too much. That's all right. We'll blend it out with the bigger brush though. But I just want you to kind of see what I'm talking about, how it kind of follows your kind of brow down. It's a good tip. And then we'll just kind of buff it out. Now, I don't do nose contour very often, so if it looks kind of funny, that's okay. We learn, right? That's right, we learn together. Does my nose look smaller? But it's an amazing contour shade, and I quite like it. Now we're just gonna set the face like we did last time, right? With the powder under the eyes, with the sponge. And around the nose. And the mouth. Get all around those laugh lines and around the nose. My oily points. Then we'll just take some on a brush and quickly give yourself a dust. And yes, go right over that contour because you want to set it too, right? So don't mess around with that contour, right? Okay. Okay, and so today for setting powder, just because seeing as I was using it, it is our Jeffree Star Magic Star setting powder. It's a lovely little container, right? Kind of pink metallic. And my shade is Rose. It's not like a big container, but it sets nice. It's not super heavy on the skin, which I do enjoy. And it smells like cotton candy, so can't go wrong with that, right? So today I'm not going to do anything with the bottom of my eyes. I'm going to leave them naked, and then I'm going to put some mascara because that is how I would do my eyes for like a day look. Although I will say this now, I do not wear makeup every day. My job is in an automotive factory. It is hot and it is grimy. So no, I don't wear makeup to work. I know there's some ladies out there that do, but Lord have mercy, I cannot be bothered. I cannot be bothered. Anyways, so back to it. I am going to try to do a wing liner for you. So today, our eyeliner we are going to use is Roller Lash by Benefit. This is just the mini version, but I do have the full version too. And there's the tip. It's quite a nice tip. I quite like it. Before I begin though, I will say I'm not the greatest at the liquid eyeliner. I try. So how I start to do my cat eye is I like to put my line on the top of my eyes first and then wait till that dries and then do the wing. I know some people could just, I am not that talented, and I do have very textured eyelids, so I find I want to take my time. I don't want to rush this, so I just start there and I just take my time. Sorry if you guys can't see this, but I'll try and show you with the other. So that is that line done. And then I like to let it dry. So my dear friend bought me this beautiful little pink dinosaur, and it has a fan on it and a little trigger. And it is absolutely perfect for drying my eyes. Isn't it cute? I have the greatest friends. See? And it's dry. Okay, so now I'm just going to do that same process on the side. Okay, there's that one. Let's get out my fan. Perfect. I really feel like my little pink dinosaur fan needs a name. So if you guys have any thoughts on some cool names for this guy, let me know down below. Okay, so now that that line is laid down, and actually it went on pretty good, I'm going to do the wing part now. So the tip I have learned is the way to do the best kind of wing is to follow your water line and go up. So you go up, you hit that corner, and you keep going up. As I said, my eyelids are very textured and kind of wrinkly because I'm older, so those lines don't always go on quite perfectly, but it's a good base to start. Okay. But yeah, so there's that. And then that's when you angle and fill in this gap. I wish I was perfect at this like some of the other girls I watch, but sadly I am not. I am learning. I think it needs to be, there we go. We're going for a thick wing today, which is okay with me. It's not perfect, and it's hard to do wing liner in general, so that looks pretty good to me. Next eye. Sorry, I gotta fix it, so I'm gonna be covering it a bit. Whew, that one turned out pretty sharp. I'm just gonna use my handy dandy dinosaur fan just to give this a quick dry. I know it's kind of loud, but this is a makeup lifesaver, especially in today's weather. It has been so humid and so warm. Thankfully, I have my little dinosaur fan. Okay, so here's my liner done. I know that it's not quite perfect, but I'm not perfect either, so I'm okay with that. Okay. So I'm just going to go and finish up my eyes, put on my mascara, put on some lashes, and finish my face, and then I'll be back. Okay, and here is our finished look for today. I paired it with some gloves and some earrings, of course. So I just wanted to zoom you in nice and close so you can see how everything looks. There. So for today, I used, my eyelashes are actually a pair, I actually got this huge wheel of them. I don't even know how many pairs there is in it. From the clothing company called Shein. And it cost me $7 for this giant like plaque of eyelashes. So they are quite heavy, and they do need trimmed, but for $7, they're pretty bold and quite beautiful. Also for today, we use Bad Gal Bang by Benefit for mascara. We used our Jouer Rose Cut Gem blush palette, and we used the shade Peach Quartz in the bottom here. And then for highlight today, I went with a little bit more of a subtle highlight, not quite as bold as our last one, and it is in Jeffree Star Cosmetics Skin Frost in Peach Goddess, and it is a beautiful, beautiful peach color. And then the lipstick I am wearing today is Jeffree Star's Velour Liquid Lipstick in shade Scorpio, which I happen to be. And then again, we set the face with All Nighter by Urban Decay in our honey scent. And here we go. Here's the look for today. Okay, thank you so much for joining me today. I tried to like do a more kind of neutrally look with the palette, with our Jeffree Star palette today. I will say I'm a little disappointed. I was kind of hoping for a little bit more of browns in those grays that looked more brown. But again, his eyeshadow formula is spot on and it performed beautifully on the eyes. And I think it looks quite good. So I'm upset, but I'm not upset because I think the eye look that we did today turned out really, really good. Okay, so that's it for today. If you enjoyed this video and want to come back to my little spooky corner here, please like and subscribe. And again, we are naming the Pink Dinosaur fan. So if you have any suggestions, put them down in the comments, okay? Yeah, and again, you can find me on Instagram and on Facebook. And again, on Sundays at 4:30 Eastern, I do my makeup on a live feed, and we chit chat and we talk about makeup and talk about everything, and I give you tips if you need any, and we learn together and we grow together, and that's the important part. So thank you again for joining me. Goodbye, my darklings.